Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It feels weird not saying Dokkan, but technically this is mostly about Dokkan people, not mainly, or not like specifically focused on people who only do Dokkan. But if you haven't already, go ahead and check out this video. I'm going to link it in both the description and then also pin it in the comments, as well as trying to fit as many people into the description as well, based off of how I obviously talk about them. So one of my friends made a really cool video called like basically a dedication to content creators, right? And it was a really cool video. I'm in it, but it's nice seeing like basically the strengths of all the people, and then also like just having that talked about. Like for example, one of my videos was talked about with the Bulma and how I like to do my showcases of the units, as well as a should you get the unit, because a lot of people don't really do the showcases on it. They just talk about the unit and say like, oh yeah, you should buy this unit, but you don't really know why, or maybe not too certain on the performance of the unit. So you kind of like to see that first before going into it. And he was talking about that, and I was like, man, that's so cool. And then I heard my voice and I was like, man, that's oh, it's like nails to a chalkboard. Who made this? Who cooked? But yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, like shout outs completely to him. If you haven't already, go ahead and check him out. We'll also just talk about his stuff too. He's just like a really cool guy. He's always just talking about like other people's works as well, and retweeting other people who I am also like interested in. Some of these content creators that I've seen for the first time through him, I still follow to this day. Like him, for example, I don't want to, I keep saying him, but it's because I mostly don't want to like mispronounce a name and then get it clipped 3,000 times. But like the Dokkan / anime comparison I got from this guy, so it's just like it's huge shout outs to him, because without them I wouldn't have been able to find other people, as well as just him being a cool guy in general. If you haven't already checked out his channel too, he does a lot more live streams than I do. So if you're looking for somebody who's also just going to like play Dokkan and chat with you and chill with you and answer some questions, he's your guy. Like he's constantly streaming Dokkan. And I pop in here and there to talk about it. As you can see, I popped in twice recently to, just hop in, look at some of the stuff. And like I said, if you're looking for stuff like that, he's always here, and his videos are amazing as well. He gives a lot of insight, and he does stuff similar to like how I do, but how I like to try to do things is doing it without using the newest units. And if you do have the newest units, this guy is obviously going to be using all of them, and and like going over the should you summons and stuff. It's while our content is similar, it's not the same, is what I'm trying to say. Like he'll help you out if you have the newest units, and I'll help you out if you don't have the newest units, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's just like he does like make really cool content and stuff. I definitely check out for sure. So make sure to check him out. And then hold on, I want to bring in my editor first, who is definitely not locked in my basement. I swear, as much as he might tell you otherwise, I promise you he's not. But 100%, please make sure to check out Fire. His work is amazing. All of the thumbnails that I have for every single one of the videos, the thumbnail that probably made you click on this video is made by him. He always tries and improve his work as well. And if here, I'm gonna pull up something real quick. I just wanted to make this a minor point as well. If we go ahead and look at my oldest videos, you can see not only did I not use thumbnail, but you can see his thumbnails that he's made for me in the past too. And you can easily tell that over time he has definitely improved and just gotten better at making the thumbnails for sure. Like if we look at one of the ones that he told me about was this God Goku, and how he didn't really like it when he gave it to me, and then now like his thumbnails have just improved so much where it's just like you can't even tell that it's the same person who makes this anymore. And I really do like just believe that some of my or not some of, I would say most of the reason that most of you are probably watching this video in general is because of him. I may keep you in the room, but he gets the foot in the door, you know, or somewhere along the lines of that. I'm probably messing up the saying, but either way, he's the one who helps me out the most in terms of the thumbnails, and it truly is just a blessing to work with him. And then not only that, but even if you aren't like in the room to try to get like a commission or anything like that, he also does do wallpapers every now and then to, you know, just give back to the community. And some of this stuff, like I'm using this as my my phone wallpaper right now, which is really funny. But yeah, like he drops some stuff every now and then, and it's some of the best work I've seen in terms of like edits. And like I said, it really is nice to not only see his growth, but to still be working with him. It's insane. And like I said, if you haven't already, make sure to check him out for sure. Next is Halvard. I know that I'm gonna probably mess his name up. The guy who I was talking about earlier, Radukin. Again, I'm probably messing that up. But Halvard was already mentioned in this list, but even still, I feel like he should still get a shout out from me as well. Because if you haven't noticed, sometimes what I'll do when these new units come out, or when there's new calculations for units or EZAs or even equipment, I always talk about Halvard and checking him out. Because let me see if I could just find it. I think he always puts it in media. Just trying to. I think it would be like in this one, right? Yeah. So he always does like calculations for units, and if you ever are like wondering how these units are like at 55%, or wondering how these units are at Rainbow, this guy is going to be there for you to help you with those calculations. Not only to just do it like with stacks, but also with support. He gives those separate stats as well. Like, oh, if you had 2 stacks from base, or if you had no stacks with no support, or 2 stacks and the support, like it helps, you know. I would always look at these calculations, because it's just like sometimes it's really hard to judge how a unit is going to be based off of their kits and their passives. And you might go, oh, this guy only has 200k starting defense, this guy sucks. And then you see, oh well, he actually gets like on average 828k defense, and then has a 70% chance to dodge. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe post super this guy is actually kind of cooking, you know. And with a lot of these units getting their defense both on super attack effects and getting it through passives and having all this multiplicative stats, it's nice to have somebody just do all that math for you, because you can mess up in 3,000 different ways between links and passives and super attack effects and all of that leader skills. All of that meshing together is so hard to do. So it's nice to have somebody, you know, basically do it for you. But yeah. And then the next person I wanted to shout out was also Taco. He's been a big friend of mine, and he's one of the funnier people that I know for sure. He talks a lot about Dragon Ball and Pokemon. I know that back when he used to play Pokemon, he would basically tweet about it every single day. But he also, you know, just posts a lot of Dokkan stuff, and he's a pretty relatable person, I would say. And you know, just seeing some of the challenge runs that he does is pretty funny. I think that he did one where he's also been making these edits too. I could play one real quick because they are pretty funny. Let me turn the desktop audio on real quick. Never mind, this guy sucks. I hate this guy. I hate him. Never mind. I will remember this, and do not follow Taco. This guy sucks. But yeah, he drops edits like that, and they are pretty funny. He did one for why you should summon on Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He did one for why you should summon on Int Hirudegarn. They are funny edits when they don't involve God Goku, because he always slanders him for no reason. But yeah, Sean is also a pretty cool guy. He's just like a really nice member of the community as well. Whenever people always say like, stuff like, oh, the Dokkan community is all bad. I can't believe another person's outed and all of this. It always obviously hurts to see something like that, but then I always see people like Sean, and I always remember that there are good people out there, and just a lot of his stuff is just like, obviously, like I was talking about, it's not just like all Dokkan, for example, but like he's just a very nice member of the community, and just seeing his tweets every now and then when they do pop up on my feed, it's just all really nice, you know. Fucking rating. So true. I love Super Saiyan. I'm definitely summoning for him for realsies. But yeah, like he's just a really funny guy, and he's just really cool and really nice. And seeing him defend some of the people is really nice, because you don't really see that too often. But he's always like the person who starts that chain reaction of, okay, let's go ahead and defend this guy when somebody's like being toxic in the community, you know. Sean is always that defender, and it is really nice to have somebody like that. And then I was gonna say to check out their YouTube channel, but not the Physical Goku fraud. Whatever, it's fine, I guess. But yeah, this is also another Dokkan YouTuber who a lot of people have it where it's just like you'll see a lot of entropy, and this was another person who also uses entropy as well to like showcase a lot of what if units, and then not only that, but just do showcases in general. Like right here, what if physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku got an easy A? Like, that's a really interesting concept, you know. I used to watch like a lot of their videos during my breaks. I haven't watched as much recently, but not only do they use I think they also play Legends, from what I recall. I probably have to find a video that shows. Is that Legends? Nope, that's... Nope. Well, I will never find the Legends content. But yeah, they like some of these like, what if units are pretty cool. Like, what if they put One Piece in Dokkan? I know that a lot of it uses entropy, but how often do you see people do entropy content on YouTube? I personally have not seen too many, let alone people who do it like with the what if units, like Ultimate Gohan LR. We don't talk about the physical one. You know, the LR Demon King Piccolo. It is really nice to see. You know, I like watching the YouTube videos, and then also they're a very funny tweeter as well. It's just really not the feet. Never mind. Not funny. Didn't laugh. I hate it here. Don't worry about the down bad posting, of course. But yeah, it's just I don't know how you pull copy 6 times. It has to have been you got it twice in one multi, right? I'm assuming, probably. But yeah, they're a pretty cool and pretty funny person that I talk to every now and then. They are also the biggest Omega defender in the world. So if you are a fan of Omega, I would definitely recommend just following this person, because they are gassing up Omega 24/7 whenever they see them on the timeline, and it is very funny to see, because a lot of people downplay Omega, but he's not as bad as people think that he is. It's just mostly his teams. If he got a better team, he would definitely be better, for sure. And then next is Apple, but not every. I recommend this guy, but not for his God Goku tweets. His God Goku tweets are all bad, which is a reoccurring thing. I am now just realizing that a lot of my friends dislike God Goku, which it's just kind of sad. Well, it's not like he doesn't like God Goku. I think it's more so just that he likes World Tournament Goku better, which is okay. If you want to put one above the other, that's fine. But yeah, he has been reading Dragon Ball Z recently and commenting about that a lot, and I've been kind of doing the same thing with Kai, but it is also just nice because he is a very good Dokkan creator, and if we go ahead and just check his channel out, he does post every now and then, but what his main thing I would say is the amount of streams that he does. He basically streams almost every single day, and it's kind of like Redukin. He's just like a pretty good person if you want to like interact and just join for some of his streams. I would pull up one of his streams, but his chat can be very funny and silly sometimes. So if you want, you're gonna have to see it for yourself, basically. But yeah, like him going into and showcasing some of these like newer units, and also just units that that are just not used as much anymore. Like when's the last time you've seen a Super Boo showcase, for example? And seeing like gauntlets and stuff like that going into every single red zone it's nice, you know, seeing him trying to get blasted 4 times in a row. Or Super 17 into Perfect Cell. Again, taking in some of these I'm trying to like think of the word. Basically units that aren't like used too often is what I'm trying to get to. But yeah, he's a really cool content creator and one I would definitely recommend. Another one is LRP Loft. From what I'm aware, they are not a content creator, but what they are is a very cool person that just has so much not only retweeting but also just a lot of commenting as well. Like here, I think they do more commenting on stuff and replies than they do with posts. Let me just scroll down to not the first thing is them getting just their account suspended. That's hilarious. But yeah, they're always commenting on all of my stuff, and not only that, but they're also not the posting, not the come on, man. I'm just trying to gas up some people, and then I see stuff like that. Yeah, see, back to Halvard again. He's with more calculations for units that you don't really see too often too. But yeah, just like funny posts every now and then too. It's just like I feel like he does more retweeting than anything, but when he does comment and when he does do just the replies, it is really nice to see him. Whenever I get a notification with his name on it, or I'm sorry, I actually don't know if it's he, but I always associate the person with the character. Alright, I'll just say Pilaf. Whenever I see Pilaf show up in my mentions or in my notifications, I always smile. Next is Celtic Link, who I actually watch pretty often too. And the main thing that I always watch is when the banners release, and this should do summons. I can't tell you how many times that I've seen like a banner say like, oh, it's coming out in 6 hours, and I'm just like, and then I forget 4 hours later, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's a lot easier to see like, okay, well, this is when the banners are gonna drop, and this is when this is gonna drop, and it is really insightful and helpful to just see that. Like even with it saying like, oh, the banner's gonna drop in 6 hours, it's nice hearing just like, if you're in this time zone, it's gonna drop at this moment, you know. That's so much more helpful than, oh, it's gonna drop in 6 hours, at least to me, because then I can mark that down or have a timer or something and set that, rather than having it where it's just like, oh, well, 6 hours, we'll see, you know. But yeah, Celtic Link is also a pretty cool person in terms of live streaming as well. He's a person who live streams about once a week, but I do pop in every now and then and watch his streams. They are really nice to watch, and he's also a big Super Trunks fan. So if you like if you're like a person who's summoned on Super Trunks and likes gassing up that unit, this is your number one guy. Hold on, I gotta readjust from my seat. This is your number one guy. He's him when it comes to Super Trunks. But yeah, I definitely recommend just watching him if you aren't already subscribed to him. Next is my best friend Sparkster Alpha, or Will. I still can't believe this. Well, he'll probably tell you a different story, but I told him at the last second, I'll say, that I wanted to record with him, and I decided, I think it was in call, I was like, hold on, let me set it up so I can record your screen, and he had already went into the summon, I believe, and then he pulls the best multi I've ever seen on a new unit. Not only does he get one Yamcha on step 1 with a Goku Black Grip, No, because Dokkan felt so generous that day. He gave him 2. And I was just like, huh? Why? How? That was a 25 stone multi on the first summon. And you might have also noticed he only had 13 stones left over, so he only had that. But I think that's the reason why. I think I didn't want to record his perspective because he was only going in a 1 summon, and he only had enough stones for 1 summon. So I was just like, I don't want just 1 summon in the video and then call it a collab. I'd rather just probably film my own perspective. And to this day, I'm still so upset that I didn't ask him to do that. And some of the stuff, he has had a banger of a tweet too. Noticing that both the Gogeta kicks have been the exact same, I thought that was kind of funny. And he also has like just some funny retweets as well as just like comments as well. Oh yeah, let's go back to Apple for a second. I any single time that Riz or Ohio or Gat comes onto my screen from him, I die personally. But to be fair, I do have a little chuckle. But other than that, I just die inside 100% completely. But it is funny. And the last person I wanted to talk about was Chimera. They are a very, very cool person, and they do a lot of 200% awful showcases, which I watch every now and then, which just shows some units on a 200% leader skill and showing that they are still awful regardless. Like this in Super Saiyan Future Trunks, I almost said Gohan, for example. How they're just not good. It doesn't even matter if you can give them a 200% leader or if they're on a 200% leader. It's just not going to save them. And it does like look nice, you know, to see something like that. I feel like Weiris has kind of fallen off a little bit to the point where you kind of just have to get like the dodge or you die. But he doesn't just do Dragon Ball content as well. He also does Burst Limit. I'm assuming he's probably going to do some more other Dragon Ball games once, you know, Sparking comes out, and I think that's gonna be cool. I'll definitely look out for that on my channel as well. But it is also nice too, like seeing like the gimmick wheels and just getting, you know, randomness. It's cool to see like some of these older units that you wouldn't even think about using ever in the light of day just being used again. It's nice, you know. But other than that, let me know who some of your guys' favorite content creators are as well, or maybe you guys want to talk about somebody that you like watching content from as well. But yeah, thank you as always, Celeste, Will, and Average for being members. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.